Good evening and welcome to One Life Left, Britain's favourite video game radio show.
Is it?
I'm Steve Curran.
Are you? I'm Simon Byron.
And I'm Anne Scantlebury.
Hello, guys.
How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. How are you?
Good. Haven't seen you for a while. I've seen you since Thursday. Was it Thursday?
Yeah, I've
Last
been
time I saw you?
locked in a Kickstarter cave of pain.
Are you? Of course, lots happened since I was last on air, hasn't it? I've kickstarted.
You are a Kickstarter hero.
Funded in 3 hours.
How do you think that's making me feel?
Yeah, I feel bad about it because it's so accidental.
Should I cancel my pledge?
Launch it this evening between mine and Steve's.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, of course, there is still time to bid on Greedy Wizards if you want to get involved, listeners.
All right. Calm down.
And from tomorrow, you'll be able to bid on or pledge your support towards Steve as well, of course.
You will towards Cario cards.
Ah.
That's Cario cards.
Right.
But enough about our Kickstarter project.
No,
we're a video game radio show, Britain's favourite, brought to you by Resonance 104.4 FM.
We are.
And we're also a podcast, which you can download at...
OneLifeLeft.com.
Well done. Well done.
And also iTunes.
Yeah, anywhere else?
Libsyn.
Anything else?
YouTube.
Anything else?
There's probably a torrent of it somewhere.
Do you think people would bother?
No.
And yeah, for the next hour, we're going to be bringing you some amazing video game related content. We've got reviews.
We do.
We've got letters.
A few.
We've got details of our Nottingham Game City exploits.
Oh, I wish I'd bought that spreadsheet.
We don't have details.
Exactly. We've also got a fantastic studio guest with us this evening. Editor-in-Chief of GameSpot globally, Justin Calvert. Hello, Justin.
Hey, Simon.
How's it going? It's going very well. I've not seen you for many, many years.
I can't remember the last time, actually.
But unfortunately, you caught me eating sandwiches on the street outside as you approached the studio, and I was genuinely embarrassed. I couldn't shake his hand because I was smeared my face with ham hock.
How many sandwiches?
I was having a little competition with myself. Justin, you don't live in the UK, do you?
I don't.
Not anymore.
I live in Oakland.
How's that going?
It's great. I love it over there, just across the bay from San Francisco.
Cool. Wait, have you flown over just for us?
Yes, I have.
He was furious.
And now I've got to get a new visa before I can fly back.
Justin, are you here to recruit us?
Sure, if you
we
want.
are easily recruitable.
We are open to moving to Oakland. If you can sell us on that, we're
any
in.
offers, really.
We are so cheap. So cheap. Cheaper than some other video game podcasts I could mention.
You're going to be sticking around for the whole of the show. We'll be catching up with you properly later. But before we do that, we're going to start, as we always do, with Anne's News.
It's 7:04 on Monday the 21st of October. I'm Anne Scantlebury and this is the news. Ubisoft has announced that PS4 and Xbox One launch title Watch Dogs will be delayed until spring 2014. The company said, as we got closer to release, it became clear to us that we needed to take the extra time to polish and fine-tune every detail so we can deliver a truly memorable and exceptional experience. Amazon and GameStop have confirmed that customers with pre-ordered PS4 Watch Dog launch bundles will still receive their console on time. Rumour has it that the game's full stylized title is Watch_Dogs open bracket, but also keep an eye on the calendar winky smiley close bracket.
Nice. This was poorly timed, wasn't it? It was announced on Wednesday, was it?
Yeah. There was a big fuss about it as well.
Well, it was poorly timed because... what's going on there?
It's the watchdog thing.
Okay. Very good.
It's very motivational, isn't it? You'd think that with that on in the background, they'd get really, really busy.
Didn't it used to have...
Anne Robinson.
No, did it? She's still alive. There she is. No, it was always poorly timed because they'd paid for a lot of advertising. So it was cancelled on Wednesday, and then on Thursday I was walking to work, and the people that were handing out shortlists were handing out Watch Dogs adverts saying coming soon, and I was like,
right, and NCV
had a
wrap-around cover, didn't it?
Yeah, I think they had to change the cover of shortlist, so that was unfortunate. We were looking forward to it though, weren't we, Justin?
Oh, very much so. It's actually the only PS4 game that I've pre-ordered with my console.
Oh, so it's your fault.
I didn't pre-order the bundle, fortunately, because I'm not sure what's happening with those.
Well, they said that you still get it, but just without Watch Dogs, presumably.
So if you've they're doing a couple of things. You can change your bundle with some places, and other places you'll get your console on time. You'll get your game on time. It's just on time is going to be a different time from the original time.
So in your view, then, it was the best of the launch titles, was it?
I think so, yeah. I've pre-ordered both consoles, and I have a few games coming for the Xbox One, but that was the only PS4 launch title that I knew I absolutely 100% had to have.
It's still coming out on PlayStation 3, though, isn't it? And
yeah, it's coming out on just current gen, but I'm sure those are delayed as well, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, it's been a bad week for PlayStation 4 because Watch Dogs has gone, and so has Drive Club.
Yeah.
It's moved out of its launch window.
What do you do in Drive Club?
You don't talk about
Pikachu.
Drive Club.
Pokemon.
BioShock 2 and the Bureau developer 2K Marin has been essentially shut down after a round of staff reductions. Publisher 2K said, "We can confirm staff reductions at 2K Marin. While these were difficult decisions, we regularly evaluate our development efforts and have decided to reallocate creative resources." Speaking to Rock Paper Shotgun, an insider said that a handful of employees had been offered jobs at 2K's new Novato studio.
And for the benefits of our listeners, can you explain where Marin is?
California.
Thanks.
And how did you phrase this one? Reduced
staff
reductions. That's all. That's sunsetting the staff reductions.
Yeah, well, it's never good news, is it, Anne?
No, it's never good news, is it? But we have to report it.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do.
Why?
It's in the news, and there was nothing
It was in the
else.
news because you put it in the news.
Yeah, but I looked through the other stories, and they were really boring.
What? So that's what? That's entertaining.
That is essential to people's livelihoods, and we should be reporting this stuff. If we don't report it, Simon, then no one will know about it.
Where did you copy it from?
Eurogamer.
Okay, right. So they had reported it. So presumably the people that knew about it were you, included you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. And
So if there was to be a sixth news story this week, what would it have been? Just so we know what got bumped for that.
What did get bumped for that? Oh no, there were too many Xbox One stories. So
Really?
balance. Something had to go. I like to keep my news balanced. Zelda creators Shigeru Miyamoto and Eiji Aonuma would make a Zelda film, but only if they could change what a movie is. Speaking to Kotaku, Aonuma said, "If we were to make a Zelda title, if we had interest in doing that, I think really what would be most important to us is to be able to play with the format of a movie. Make it more interactive, like you're able to take your 3DS into the theatre and that leads you into participating in it somehow. Quick heads up, guys, One Life Left tried messing with the format once and look what it got us into."
So they'd only make a movie if it was a video game?
Yes.
Okay.
Video game makers will only make a movie of their video game if they can make it a video game.
Which isn't a movie. Thanks, guys.
yeah, cheers for that. And also, the thing about going to the cinema is that you don't want to be distracted. You don't want people having their screens out, do you?
Well, quite. Madonna got thrown out of a movie this week for that, didn't she?
Did she?
For texting in a movie.
What movie?
Did she?
She got banned from the cinema. Actually, I don't know whether she got thrown out. She got someone complained about her at the end of the movie. It was at a film festival. I can't remember which. Actually, I think it might have been. Is it called 12 Years a Slave?
Right. Yes.
I think she was texting. Someone complained.
Seems
and
rude.
She said, "I'm doing business."
Hey, we've all got business to do, love. We just don't do it in a cinema.
Yep. And so that person complained, and now she's been banned from that chain of cinemas until
Well,
she
what was the
apologised.
chain? Because if you want to avoid Madonna, you know where to go.
Sick of her.
I'm not sure.
So are we glad that they're not interested in doing this then? I think I am.
I guess if you like it, then you would probably... if you like the game, you'd probably like the movie game.
Okay, there's nothing inherently bad with playing with a form, is there? I suppose it depends whose form it is. But there's nothing bad about looking for new possibilities in a...
That's certainly true, but in this instance, I wouldn't be interested in
that. Sounds like
it.
a pretty bad idea,
Yeah.
I think. But, you know, we're always saying, hey, maybe video games would be better if we got more people from different industries involved. We've got more cinematographers into video games, and they could come and create in our medium and see what they bring to it. And what they're saying is, well, maybe maybe we can go into theirs and make something. Maybe soon we'll get a Peter Molyneux pop single. Could happen.
Would he a cover version or original composition, do you think?
Ooh, interesting. Justin?
I know. I'm trying to think of something really funny to say. What would he cover?
We've been doing that for 2 years.
Exactly. That's what we don't win GMA.
I'm glad I fit right in. We're all sat here thinking, what's funny? Can't think of anything.
More in consoles pretending to be Rockstar's news. This time, Game has announced it's taking the PlayStation 4 on a 62-day jaunt around the country. The evening lock-in events will allow attendees a hands-on go with games such as FIFA 14 and Octodad. The tour will be more widespread than the Xbox One events, taking in far-flung places such as Crawley, Burton-on-Trent and Banbury, proving conclusively that the PS4 really is the people's console.
Interesting.
Crawley.
Banbury.
That's where Archie McLean lives.
Do you know what Banbury's newspaper is called? It's brilliant.
Steve and I used to do some business with local newspapers. And I don't remember the Banbury one in particular.
The Banbury Times.
Banbury Gazette.
Nope.
The Banbury
You will not
Herald.
get it because it's brilliant.
Banbury
Banberries. Bunnies.
And
Bobberries. Bibberries.
no, the Banbury local newspaper is called the Banbury Cake.
Is it? What? That can't be true.
Are you sure?
It is true. I used to work in newspapers.
The Banbury Cake?
Yeah.
Are you sure that's not a cake in Banbury and rather than a newspaper?
Well, if it is
Gonna
a cake,
Google
Google it because it's true.
I said I was doing that.
Crawley, of course, is home to HotGen, who made Tofu, and they make a lot of Jack's Pacific games as well.
Do you reckon they'll go down to the game event?
No.
Hold up.
Yeah.
Hold up. Two main results. First one, Banbury News sports information from Banbury Cake.
Right.
It's a
Interesting.
newspaper.
I don't think it's the Banbury Cake, though. I think it's Banbury Cake. Oh, no, it is the Banbury Cake. Never mind. So, second main thing is see results about Banbury Cake. A Banbury Cake is
What
a
is it?
spiced, currant-filled flat pastry cake similar. And then Google runs out. So I don't know.
I reckon it's similar to an Eccles cake. That's my guess.
Okay.
Yours?
I don't care.
Well, the answer, listeners, we'll tell you after the news.
And finally, Microsoft hates your name so much that it is not going to let you use it instead of your gamer tag on Xbox Live at Xbox One launch time, even though that is what they said would happen. Microsoft has told Kotaku that this optional feature is still part of its future plans to make playing online a bit more friendly, but that other features that are not your name have been prioritised. Who wants to join our protest at Microsoft HQ, where we will be singing Destiny's Child's Say My Name on repeat until they let us say our names?
We did once sing at Microsoft HQ before.
We did, didn't we?
Went poorly, so...
Different girl band.
Do you think this time? What was the band
no,
before?
it wasn't. It was that girl band.
Oh, goodness. It was, wasn't it?
It was. It was genuinely the One Life Left version of Destiny's Child. Survivor.
Survivor. Yeah.
This doesn't strike me as being a particularly difficult feature to implement.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening to the news story because I was thinking about editing the Wikipedia description of Banbury Cake to remove any reference to Eccles.
Yes, exactly. That's the extent that we'll go to, Anne.
Thank you. That's so kind.
Would you want to use your real name? I really wouldn't, I don't think.
No.
It isn't the point. They want people to use their real names. So you are culpable for your own...
Sure, but that only works if it's mandatory, right? Not if it's optional.
Oh, yeah, I guess only good...
What do you get up to then, Justin, that you don't want people knowing who you
All
are?
kinds of stuff. They're not all 8-year-olds that are griefing you and calling you names. Sometimes it's me.
Wow.
I think that this would be a really good opportunity for some people who have maybe in the past picked stupid gamer tags who are now regretting it to bring their own names to the fore and get rid of the...
I think you'd still have your gamer tag, but it would just display your real name, wouldn't it?
Even worse.
Ironic Man UK 2. That's what I ended up with because of Microsoft policies.
It's going to be Simon Byron 420.
Exactly. As opposed to Justin Calvert 69.
Right.
Thanks, Anne.
One Life Left video game news with Anne Scantleberry.
One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. We are the greatest radio station ever to broadcast in London, and we are the greatest radio show ever to broadcast on that station, and you can't take that away from us, the GMAs.
Did you get a response to that?
I just remembered something that happened the other day.
What?
Do you remember when we convinced Simon Parko that you pronounce it Guy
Coca.
Guy Coker? We did, yes. And that for many years he'd been being rude to him. And Guy, who's a lovely man, had just been too polite to say
Exactly.
One Life Left's Guy Cocker. So, this is Laffy the Fox. It's called Circus Fox. Fox-themed piece of chiptune, Simon? Verdict?
7 out of 10.
Imagine playing Sonic the Hedgehog 8 to this. Hey, the new Sonic the Hedgehog game's come out, hasn't it? And it's really split reviewers, I've heard.
Yeah.
Famitsu gave it like 1 billion.
Right.
And other people have given it less.
God, that is a split.
I know.
What's your verdict?
Me? I've not played it. I like this song though. It's good.
But this isn't from Sonic.
No, but it could be. It's about foxes.
Okay.
So Sonic.
So you're going to
2.
score the new Sonic game.
Do you not remember Sonic Tuesday?
I do remember Sonic Tuesday, yeah.
Tails. Miles per hour. Do you get it? Per hour.
Very good.
Anyway, One Life Left for a radio show about video games, sometimes about Sonic the Hedgehog, sometimes about Banbury cakes, which Wikipedia describes as a spiced, currant-filled flat pastry cake similar to an Eccles cake.
Yes!
So if you had that answer at home, well done.
Congratulations.
You get 2 points.
You do get 2 points.
So, Justin, can I give you a bit of background on Justin?
Go.
Before we introduce him, speak to him properly.
Okay, shall I put Justin's mic down and his headphones down?
That's fine. So, I've known Justin for many, many years. He moved to America.
Not because of you?
Not because of me, no, but for 9 years. But a few years ago, somebody told me that Justin was Matt Bellamy's cousin. And I was absolutely furious with this. Matt Bellamy, lead singer of Muse, the band I love the most in the world. And I was like, I can't believe no one told me this at the time when I was thinking I'll hang around with Justin. And then I was thinking, actually, I'm quite grateful that no one told me this at the time, because I would have just bothered Justin. Turns out it's not true.
Who would play a cruel joke like that on you?
Where do we think this came from, Justin?
I honestly don't know. I know that I'm from Newton Abbot originally.
Yep.
Very close to Teignmouth, where the guys in Muse are from. I think I don't know. Like, I probably told someone at some point that maybe I knew someone who played in a band that.
And here you are now.
Yeah.
What's the point of you? What have you come to talk about? You wanted to know what he liked to eat, what sort of pajamas he wears.
Do you know this happened to me? A similar story happened to me.
What, with Justin?
Well,
who was he claiming to be then?
a university once, and I don't know why. So I was a strange child. At university, I told a lie.
Okay.
And I think maybe we were trying to tell plausible lies. And I told someone at university that my uncle was Brian Blessed.
Right, obviously.
Yeah. And they said, really? And I said, yeah, of course. I was trying to impress a girl.
Right.
Because, everyone wants to be closer to Flash Gordon.
Of course they do.
Any link into that movie.
Right.
And Anne reminded me this week, because
Anne was working with Brian Blessed.
Yeah.
Yeah, which has been very, very exciting. But the problem was that came back to haunt me. No. Because I'd forgotten about that. And occasionally someone would come up to me and go, hey, saw your uncle on TV last night. I'd be like, what, my uncle? He's a police officer. What was he doing on TV? Anyway, be careful what you believe if it's come from my mouth.
What are people telling you about Justin? So, Justin, who are you?
Who am I? I don't know anymore.
So, I first met you when you were working over here.
Yes.
Many, many, many years ago. What job would that have been?
Down at Repeat Publishing.
So working with Dave Perry and all those guys, yeah. And that was fun, wasn't it?
That was great. I got my foot in the door with those guys for sure on what magazines, like PlayStation Solutions and Total 64.
Those were the ones. Different atmosphere down there. It was a small company, Rapide wasn't it? Staffed
Very
by
much
enthusiastic journalists.
Yes.
And who ran it? Mark Smith. Mark Smith. What happened to him?
Yeah. I think he's up here in London somewhere now. Yeah, I'm sure he's listening.
All right. Yeah,
Hello,
no,
Mark.
probably is. Yeah, because we are going out live in London. So you what year did you leave Rapide?
Well, I think I left down there in 98. 98, 99, and then I went to Future. And he lasted a year there. I was on OPM.
Right.
Honestly, that should have been my dream job, and I actually got bored because it was too easy.
Okay. How could it have been more difficult for you?
It was, well, I think just because that part of my job was always kind of hounding PR people such as yourself. You know, send me this game. Like, no, your magazine.
Who's your cousin?
It's like, yeah, it's like, no, your magazine isn't big enough. And when it was on OPM, it was like, send me this game. Like, we already sent it a week ago.
Yeah, we're going to bring it down to you.
Yeah, we'll hand deliver it with cake.
So how many was it selling at the time? Because OPM became the biggest games magazine in history, didn't it?
Yeah, I was there in 99 and through to like the middle of 2000. I think that was pretty much when it peaked.
And it was doing, was it like 500,000?
It was
like that?
It was something crazy.
Bigger than
like
Q,
that, yeah.
and we thought that we'd won.
Yes.
and then what happened?
Yeah.
So you moved to London first?
Yes.
Yeah.
I joined GameSpot UK in 2000.
And now you're running GameSpot globally, is that right?
Yeah, the editorial team. Yes.
So what's that like?
Yeah. Busy.
How do you do it? I mean, like how can you globally, on a global basis, how do you decide what people, are there differences in territories that people want to read about, and do you see what's more popular in the UK than the US or in Europe and stuff?
Yeah, there are. I mean, we try and promote things differently. So, the homepage, actually with the site, we just relaunched the site, and actually we don't have this functionality right now on the new site. But yeah, we would have the only thing would actually change from region to region would be the promotion. So if you review FIFA, that's huge over here. It's maybe not as big in the US. No one over here cares about Madden.
Okay.
That kind of stuff.
Does your new site have a podcast?
It does.
It does. How are the team performing?
They're doing all right.
Up to scratch. All right. Interesting.
Room for improvement.
They haven't won any awards.
Come and join the club. So what differences have you noticed with the games industry from moving from the UK to the US then? How are things different?
There's a lot less drinking over there.
Is there?
I think over here I feel like the whole thing's fueled by alcohol. Yeah. And over there it's really not. It's all very professional.
They're all older as well, aren't they, the game journalists over there?
Yeah,
is that right? Or is that a generalisation?
I'm not going to hate on them for that because I'm one of the older ones now.
Me too.
After this amount of time.
No, we absolutely believe that.
Jobs for life.
So we believe games coverage is best roughly at our age.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it tends to mature every year.
Actually, when I first started writing about games down repeat, the first thing my mum said to me was, that's really nice, but what are you going to do when you turn 30?
But then, see, back then, I mean, I remember genuinely having concerns about when I was a games journalist, and I only did it for a couple of years, really, and the thought of being a games journalist when you're an adult just seems so alien. But I remember going to E3 trips and like all of the American journalists were older and they were in suits and they were, us, the Brits, were drunk all the time and families and stuff like that. So,
I don't know. There's a lot of young talent over there for sure, but yeah, there are also a number of us who've been around for quite a long time.
So you worked with John Davison, did you?
I did. Yeah.
And who else is over there? Rob Smith.
Rob Smith's there. He's with Machinima,
right?
And John is now with a company called Red Robot Labs.
He is. Simon Cox. Where's he? He's work at Future.
I'm not sure if
we had a pretend fight outside a bar in San Francisco once, which turned into an actual fight because we were too stubborn. And of course Gary Whitta very successfully moved from video games journalism to writing Will Smith films.
Yeah, he and I had an argument about Daddy's Source versus HP Source.
Quite right. Who won?
Well, I don't know. Who would win? Let's have a vote. HP Source versus Daddy Source.
It's turned into a Danny Baker radio show this now, hasn't it? I'm not a fan of brown sauce. Yeah. So I'm going to have to defer to one of my colleagues.
Listeners, what do you think? Email in now.
Exactly.
Hashtag brown sauce for Live Left debate.
So where next for GameSpot? Now you've relaunched. What happens? Because can you continue to be one of the biggest sites in the world? You got the.
I certainly hope so. Yeah. I mean, the big thing. I mean, one of the big things with the new site is the site's now 100% responsive, so it works on mobile devices, which it really, really didn't before. So that's good. And then we've kind of relaunched the way we review games. We're still giving them scores. Sorry, they're not all 7. Sorry.
That's okay.
But we're doing kind of multiple reviews now. I think historically, GameSpot's team we had kind of a Borg mentality where we had to, if someone gave it a score, no one else could publicly disagree with it. And now we're actually actively encouraging everyone to write their own reviews.
Has that change been forced by reader reaction or?
No, it's been forced by me, really.
Good job.
I think it's just, it's so apparent. Like, we have a peer QA process where, if anyone writes a review, the whole team gets to read it and QA it before we publish it. And we never agree on it.
Right.
So why would we pretend to? So now, we have, everyone's writing from different perspectives.
So you don't have the QA process anymore?
We do, but it's now more about kind of copy editing and stuff.
Grammar.
Rather than your opinion is wrong.
Right.
The Guardian used the word addicting.
I saw.
Ooh, that's very American.
It is, isn't it? Can you do something about that?
Yeah. It's a terrible
from the inside.
word, isn't it?
Where did it come
really
from?
Terrible word.
And shuttered as well. To mean closed down.
Sunsetted.
Sunsetted.
Like Left Style Guide. Are there any words that you ban?
Oh, there are a lot. We ban a lot of words, and we actually have we call it the banned list.
Okay.
Mixed bag.
Okay.
Can't say that.
So it's hard to describe our show then.
Your mileage may vary.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't think that. There's a list of about 20 or 30 that as soon as it appears in a review, it's like, you can't write that. Take it out.
Okay. We are quite a visceral show, aren't we?
Yeah, I think
Actually,
fans of us.
I don't think we're allowed to say that either.
Fans of us may like us.
Yeah.
Try before you buy.
A good rental.
Yeah, exactly.
Extremely playable.
Yes, good job. Okay, great. Well, you're going to stick around for the rest of the show. Thanks for coming all the way over from America.
Of course.
What are we doing now, Steve?
Hello, I'm Sega Badawi and welcome to One Life Left local news. A village mayor is in trouble after allegedly calling 2 policemen a pair of useless NPCs. The incident arose when Mayor Tortimer was trying to leave his home via the usual exit, only to be stopped by 2 canine policemen who stated that people with shells on their back had to leave via a different gate. We've tried to speak to PC Booker, who was involved in the incident, but as yet he's made no comment, we think. Sources close to this reporter have said that the P in NPC stands for pleb, and we're trying to find out what the other 2 letters stand for. We'll update you as this story continues. Thanks, and back to your usual programming.
Messages and forward BCC's One Life letters.
What a bumper postbag we've had this week, right, Simon?
Bumper, yes. But I feel I should apologise to Chris Rushton. I don't know why I feel I should apologise, because he broke the rule of writing to us. Because he sent like a really nice letter in.
So nice, wasn't it?
It was so nice. But did anybody get back to him?
We can't break the rules.
We can't break the rules. It's,
Send it again.
Yeah, hi, Steve, Anne, or Simon. I mean,
He knows our names.
He knows our names, but he knows that
Pick one.
if it's addressed
Pick
to
your
all of
favourite.
us, none of us will do anything about it. He says, do you have a tentative date planned for this year's Christmas party? I only ask, as I've been asked by my work if I want to come to a Christmas dinner on the 20th of December. They've asked me to confirm this week, but obviously I'd like to attend your do as well. I understand that you wouldn't want to give this information out too early, and by no means am I asking you to arrange it around me. Well, I think we should.
Let's do it.
We
so
absolutely will.
What's the
He
date
can't
that
do the
can't
20th.
Of December?
Yeah. He
That's
says,
a Friday. We would never do it on a Friday anyway.
no, we were going to do it.
We were going to do it on Friday the 20th of December. That is out.
It is out. I feel we did it on a Saturday last time, didn't we? And actually, that was when we got the Burlington Arms, because it was because I was tempted just to suggest Friday the 13th. What could go wrong? Chris, we will not have it on the 20th. So by all means, confirm to your employers, and do hope that they don't listen to the show. Otherwise, they may feel subbed.
Don't tell anyone where you're going, Chris. And come alone.
Yeah, we must book it.
We also confirmed one of our partners in the Christmas party last week, didn't we? After the show.
Oh, we did. One Life Left's doing it in association with Guardian, aren't we?
Yeah, not The Guardian and One Life Left, Keith. One Life Left, feat The Guardian.
We were going to ask the New Yorker, but decided not to. Okay, shall I read this
Yeah,
one?
you go.
All right. From Beth Clark. Hello, team and SSG. Delete as applicable. After the Twitter tweaquest, begging. I thought I would take advantage of your lack of letters and bother you for some assistance with my research. Having fallen headfirst into third year, I'm cracking on with my dissertation, an exploration of form and function in fictional architecture. Part of this fairly daunting undertaking will involve case studies from video games. Sounds interesting. So, I was wondering what the team's and possible SSG's favourite video game buildings are. Are they important to the gameplay? Does their purpose function affect the way they look? Do they behave like buildings in reality?
Crikey, that's a highbrow question.
Cheers, bruv! Signed it off in all caps.
Right.
Friend of the show.
Favourite building?
Well, I can tell you what my favourite building in video games used to be, which was the architecture in Bungie's game Oni. It was the first video game I remember playing which actually felt like a real space. It really felt like you... And, you know, it wasn't super realistic. It was third-person thing circa about 2000, 2001. But it felt like you were exploring and sort of ducking and diving your way through an actual real physical space. I think games have generally got better at that recently, but that was the first standout one for me. It didn't feel like a set of corridors.
But you don't remember what's replaced it?
What do you mean?
Well, you said your first favourite building.
Okay, well, let me... Okay, Shadow of the Colossus. Ico.
Yeah.
Ico was... Eco. You say eco.
Exactly.
I say eco. Was definitely one of the most real physical things, which is kind of weird for a fairy tale thing, but you could stand on one part of that castle architecture, look over, see the next, then you'd be up on that one. That felt amazing as well.
I would vouch for that.
I just like going around. So
going around what, though?
No buildings.
Justin, do you have a favourite building?
I like that. Yeah, I'm trying to remember the name of it, but it's in GTA 5. There's a big kind of farmhouse that you go in and you have to kill a bunch of rednecks in there. And you go down to the basement and everything.
Love doing that.
It's cool. No, I really like that nowadays. It seems like the realism comes first with a lot of buildings. It isn't just corridors and rooms. It's like they build the house first and then figure out how the game's going to work inside it.
I think there's an interesting case study in... Was it True Crime, the one that was modelled on LA?
Loved it. I love the fact it took you half an hour to drive across LA.
Right.
It was excellent.
So I think that's like a good point to investigate, because they brought that out in response to Grand Theft Auto. And they're like, what's better than an open world? A realistically designed open world. So they modelled this city on LA, and it turns out a city that is designed to play a video game in, it's more fun to play a video game in than LA.
It's like the Getaway.
Of course.
Also true.
Yeah.
So I hope that helps, Beth.
Yeah, thanks for writing in.
If anyone else has any questions, if you want some help with your dissertation, let us know. Maybe we can start. Maybe this is how we monetize.
Hey, dissertation help.
Yeah.
Pay us. This one is from Christian. News tidbit. Perhaps they should have just called it the new 2DS the 1S. 2 dual screen equals 1 screen. As in, a teardown of the 2DS, it was discovered that there is just one single LCD display with a plastic framing covering the centre. Just thought you might find it of interest to mention.
Well, we did. Thanks very much.
We did. Yeah, it is massive LCD screen, but I think I knew that. Well, I think everyone knew that from the start. It's just that they've suddenly taken it apart. But good one.
Teardowns are an interesting concept, aren't they? I think we should do a teardown.
Of?
Maybe that could be our YouTube series, like tearing stuff down. I mean, does that mean just taking stuff apart, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So we could tear down...
Or we tear down people's personalities.
Interesting. Guy Coker.
Justin.
Okay, so this one comes from Zubair. It says, I'm not very good with some of these acronyms. So DSD, Team OLL, and SSG.
Super special guest. That's what you are currently.
Oh, great. Happy 201 episodes, and last week's one not so happy episode. It says, with you two being swamped with Let's Plays and other Watch Me Play gaming videos, I was wondering if you'll be utilising the DVR functionality on the new consoles.
Does it offer takedowns? Teardowns. Takedowns. One Life Left takedowns.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. Sorry, go on.
So yeah, he just said, I'm sure the One Life lefters, or whatever term you've coined for the fans, would watch the hell out of Team OLL 7 out of 10ing some games while doing the radio show. Any ideas?
Yeah, well, that sounds like an idea.
First off, we don't term the fans, we call them friends.
Exactly.
And you're either a friend of the show, or you're on the list.
Or you're Guy Coker.
We don't reveal who's on the list. We're gonna be doing something with YouTube at some point, but we still don't really know what it is. Simon's got an idea.
A letter's just come in. Long-time listener, first-time letter. Hello, Team OLL, especially Simon. Having been a long-time listener...
Who's it from?
It's from James Brophy.
First, because I like to build a picture.
It's from James Brophy.
James. All right, James.
Having been a long-time listener to OLL and having the night in, I decided to try listening live. After fits, starts and quarter seconds of the dulcet tones of Steve, my computer finally scraped together enough bandwidth to listen to you live. It's a thrill. You previously mentioned Google Plus and YouTube means of watching. Are they still available to us? As I hear the letters theme coming on, I fully expect to wait for a response. Love you all, James. No, you don't have to wait, James.
No, James.
Email live, you get straight on the show. So yeah, YouTube, and we did do Google Plus once. Didn't go well, did it?
Yeah, we did do. We tried to hang out, but maybe we'll try something like that again. We've talked about live streaming the show. The problem is then you get to see what we talk about off air. And if you've ever been to a live show, it's not good stuff. It ruins the illusion. So we might do something like that. We're in talks.
Are we?
With each other about doing.
We're playing off YouTube and Vimeo.
Yeah, we're trying to work out what to do on Vimeo, and joking about teardowns or takedowns.
Does
accepted.
LinkedIn
Please
have videos?
Please suggest what we could do on Bebo, and we will do some kind of video thing. Does that sound fair? Have we got any more?
Right. And you let us know by emailing us.
team@onelifeleft.com.
Thank you very much for your correspondence this week.
Launch lineup would be hasty. A 2-year wait for anything tasty. Other platforms been out longer. Software lineups inevitably stronger. Digital Foundry, terror for comparison is, to be honest, rather embarrassing. Fanboy wailing and teeth gnashing, gauging in the sport of console bashing. It'll have faults and RROD, YLOD and a failing CD drive. But chin up, son, you were there day one. Wi-Fi is slow and flaky. Third-party support is kind of shaky. 6 games for sale on the digital store. 1 worth buying and 5 a more. The OS feels very sluggish. The new controller, it feels rubbish. You know there's a price cut inbound to get this baby off the ground. The games are buggy and unfinished. Faith in the platform is diminished if there's no show on the E3 stage. I feel the wrathy early adopters rage. It'll have faults and RROD, YLOD and a failing DVD drive. But chin up, son, you were there day one. It'll overheat, need X-clamping, sound like a jet plane, no proper damping. It'll start burning electricity. We'll mail you another RCD. Don't you like Kesson or Arctic Thunder? As you rip perhaps or maybe summon a 6-axis control rumbles last gen. Target rendered once again, but chin up, son. You were there day one.
That's the Do You Inverts and Day One. Simon, you're a classic Day One adopter.
I'm going to change that this year.
Really?
Yeah.
Day 2.
Day 2, yeah, easy. Dota. No, I'm thinking about cancelling my PlayStation 4 pre-order. I've not pre-ordered an Xbox One. I'm thinking about... yeah, I know. Mr. Johnny 2 pre-orders over there. It just struck me, I've not played half the games I've bought this year, and...
Is it the Watch Dogs thing?
No, well...
No Anne Robinson on your console, not interested.
No Drive
Love
Club.
Anne Rob, no. Yeah, I thought this year there doesn't seem to be... I don't feel the same impetus. I don't think the difference between 3 and 4 is going to be as marked as between 2 and 3.
Oh, I'm sure that's true. I mean, we saw some of the next generation stuff at Eurogama Expo, and yeah,
I mean, it's got more physics,
shiny,
and more graphics, and the clouds drive cars, don't they? That's what Phil Harrison says.
It's nice to see Octodad and things like that.
Yeah.
But it feels more like, to me, in some senses, it feels like a gate that you're just saying, okay, we're going to start putting things on the next system now, rather than previous generational leaps have been like, oh my god, I can't wait for all this physics I'm going to have in my new console. It's going to be so much better. Here, it feels like, right, well, you've had your lifespan, you've had your 7-8 years out of this thing.
Now.
Move on. If you want the new stuff, you're going to have to get the next one.
Yeah, you see, and I'm just thinking about, because Batman's out on Friday, and I'm very keen to play that, and I've not played The Last of Us, and I've not played, Remember Me, and Metal Gear Revengeance is coming on PlayStation Plus, and I just think that, Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I've got enough stuff.
But there's something exciting about it, isn't it?
I'm excited, and I will do it. And I haven't cancelled the pre-order yet. But
I mean, you've bought so many.
Tomorrow, a Surface Pro 2 arrives. That's how ridiculous I am.
I have a Surface Pro as well.
Aren't they great?
He's had a Surface Pro.
I had a Surface Pro.
You've upgraded from a Pro to a 2. That is ridiculous.
Yeah, but battery life's going to be better. But yeah, I mean, it's great for playing Steam games on the go, isn't it? I'm not sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
I play Hearthstone on it and
have you?
Civ 5.
Right,
yeah,
I've finished Tomb Raider on it, and I've been enjoying Portal 2. Yeah, they are excellent. You should get one, Steve.
What's been your most disastrous day one purchase?
Don't know.
Because Ben in his song there sort of referenced all the overheating problems, things glitching, tech problems like that.
I've still got a launch Xbox 360. Mm-hmm. Genuinely, so.
Does it work?
Yeah.
When was the last time you used it?
Oh, well, I say I've got one. I recently passed it on to a friend of mine who's got 2 young children.
Right,
and
okay.
They're happily enjoying it, genuinely. It's a launch day Xbox. So I don't know what Ben was doing with his.
Ben and the rest of
and everyone else, yeah.
Did you get an Ouya?
Oh yeah, no, not even I would buy one of those.
I did get one.
Did you?
I kickstarted it. Yeah.
Did you?
And how is it?
I plugged it in the day it arrived. Got very excited playing some of the demos, and then unplugged it and haven't even thought about it since. The controller's terrible. It killed it for me.
And that's not the sort of thing that you know when you kickstart something, is it? No. Unlike the card games that you can kickstart at the moment, where you get a very good grasp of how they play and
They've got
like
cards, don't they?
Exactly. Yes.
Are you day one-ing Oculus Rift?
If my PC can play it, yeah. I think I may do.
Have you used it?
Very, very briefly. Enjoyed it.
How did it make you feel?
Pretty good. Like I was in space.
I played what looked to be a brilliant game set in a rowboat on Oculus Rift the other day, and it made me feel sick.
Nice. Was that what it was meant to do?
Sort of gentle motion and rowing in this thing.
Right.
Really genuinely made me feel ill, like a video game has never done before.
Put that on your box.
The future, guys.
Yeah.
It's the future. This sounds like the future as well. What a segue. This is Clam, and it's called Woman in Red. Quite similar to the Christaberg classic.
It is very similar, isn't it, actually?
Yeah.
Lady in Red. So, what are we going to do now? I remember what we're going to do. Reviews. Anyone?
Go on, Simon.
I played Clash of Clans finally because it came out on Android this week, and I think I may have lost patience for anything. Yeah, I'm concerned about it actually.
What's Clash of Clans?
Isn't it? It's a game that's has meant that Supercell have just been bought for $3 billion or whatever,
right?
Which is a lot of money, and it's very successful on iOS. Yeah, I barely made it out of the tutorial levels before I deleted it.
Okay, what do you do in it?
You have to fight other people by moving things about and then waiting for things to happen. Now push this. Now do this. Now wait. No, see ya.
No.
Not interested. Yeah, no. So I was very, very envious of people on iOS talking about how brilliant it was, and it lasted literally 10 minutes, I guess, and I think that's becoming a problem. I don't think I'm alone in that sort of thing. I think because things are essentially valueless, people can be unwilling to invest any time in them.
So is that it then for games? And therefore it for One Life Left?
That's it for Clash of Clans. I mean, I think it's no surprise that they've allowed us to review it after they've been sold, because they knew that I was pointed out that it's just
by
boring.
the embargoes again.
7 out of 10.
Anne.
Okay, I have to go back to the microphone to do my review this week.
Okay.
This week, the game that I played is called Elf Scare, and you have to shout at the screen on your iPhone to knock some elves off a bridge by startling them, and you have to keep shouting really loudly into your phone until they get knocked down, and then it stops. I would have preferred it if I could have shouted a bit more rhythmically. I ended up putting my phone in my mouth and just screaming. I'm really good at screaming. Then I had to stop because my throat began to hurt. And now my throat is also beginning to hurt, so I will give this 7 out of 10 scanters out.
Did you play on the bus?
Played it in work.
Nice, Justin.
I've been playing. I've mostly been playing Pokemon, which I can't possibly assign a score to, but I'm almost like 100 hours in to that. But today I downloaded Pinball: Revenge of the Gator. I don't know if any of you guys remember that.
Yeah, so it's a Game Boy
pinball game. It's now on Virtual Console for the 3DS, and I love it. It's a really good pinball game. The table's, I don't know, 4 or 5 screens high probably, and then
has little bonus things at the top.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
you go higher and higher, and then if you lose it out the bottom, the alligator eats your ball. Hence the title.
Nightmare.
Unbelievable. Those gators. Wow. So it's just come out, is it? How much is it?
I think it just came out. I think it was like, well, I guess I'm on the US thing, so I think I paid like $3 for it, which is, I don't know, about...
Do you buy many games
about
off
50 pence probably at this point.
Do you buy many games off the shop?
I do. I don't play many of them, but I do. I buy an awful. I've got all the Game & Watch games and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and I'll go back to them occasionally. But
Interesting.
It's all Pokemon right now.
So score?
7 out of 10.
Interesting.
Oh, thanks, Justin. I've been playing Puzzle Script.
Right, that's the first time I've heard of this game.
That's because you don't hang out with the cool kids on Twitter, Simon.
Yeah, that's right. We're playing it next week.
So Puzzle Script is an open source HTML5 puzzle game engine, which I'm reading from the screen right now.
Did you say that in case I pointed that out? Because I looked at it and I thought, should I point out he's reading that from a screen? I thought, no, that would be mean.
Are you reading someone else's review?
Do you want me to scroll down for you?
So it is a game designing thing. You can go to Puzzle Script and make your own games, which are, I suppose, at its simplest form, a little like the One Life game we discussed last season.
Right, yeah.
That's how I ended up on the site. Someone said, you know how you guys were trying to make a puzzle game involving you three? There's little things going around the screen, going around and pushing stuff. Yeah. Well, that's what this game does.
Have you designed it?
Yeah.
Well, can we launch it?
I haven't yet, but I wanted to run it by you guys first.
So wait, are you reviewing your own game?
Well, no. What I'm doing is reviewing the tool and all of the brilliant little games you get to play inside there, because this is, hipster indie game. That's why I'm playing it first. You will find inside there loads of hipster indies. They've all made their own games inside there, and they're amazing, tiny, tiny little gems that you can play for free right now at puzzlescript.net. And if you like them, you can go and make your own. And I think that's really, really exciting, because there's been this sort of kind of vogue thing recently of people making Twine games, right? Twine being the choose your own adventure puzzle system. Most of those things are basically HTML. They're almost straight websites, and while it's not interesting to debate what is not a game, some of those are closer to, I guess, websites than people would consider a game to be.
This has been a long sentence. I'll be honest.
I'll level with you. I ran out of steam halfway through. What I'm trying to say is that it'd be interesting to see if some of the people who made games in Twine, which were interesting thought experiments, can come to this and make things that are little
Gamier?
interactive.
Well, I'll tell you what.
I don't like the expression gamier, but are in a different form.
Get out.
That's why I said it, because I know he hates it.
Gamier.
Do you know what I mean, though? Do you know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. I tell you
Okay,
what
good.
would be
Someone does.
what would be useful to know though, because I believe that the browsers in Xbox One and PlayStation 4 run HTML5, don't they? So we could make a PlayStation 4 game.
Oh, we can put it on the box.
Well, bring it on the box. Xbox off.
So yeah, I did have an sort of little fool around with some of the stuff inside there. Yeah. Couldn't do anything. Terrible. Makes no sense. It is easy. You can toy with stuff. It works live, and you should go and try and do that. And I think maybe we will once Nottingham Game City's over.
I know that actually we won't.
Anne?
Yeah, I'm with someone.
So yeah, that's available at puzzlescript.net. I'll give it a 7 because the games are hit and miss.
Yeah.
But yeah, you should definitely check it out. This is One Life Left on Resonance 104.4 FM. We are a video game radio show, home to reviews, features, previews, and rambling sentences that go nowhere, like this one, because I'm stalling trying to find out what the name of that song is. It's called Jetpack Samurai Thank You by Actress State of Mind. You can find it on chipmusic.org, like all of our brilliant music.
Good.
Didn't have many features today, Steve, did we?
Oh yeah, sorry about that. I mean, we did have a lineup. It was obviously Sega Badawi and local news. Excellent as always. I thought. Do You Inverts coming through with another brilliant pop song.
Well done.
Absolutely amazing. Looking forward to downloading that and adding it to my personal music player later. And I was sort of expecting Cara to come through.
Well,
I thought we were going to just
let us down.
No.
Two weeks ago. She was very excited about her feature. In fact, she was tweeting it about the other day about how she's really grateful for that. Anyway, it didn't arrive. So I guess she's really busy.
She must be sick. She must be 60.
Maybe she's
That's
sick.
it. She's probably sick. She could be off anywhere else with any one of our.
No, she wouldn't be.
Our friends,
because she understands we're priority. So I can't understand.
Hang on a minute.
What?
I was looking at the internet at lunchtime today, I saw there was something called a power lunch from Game City, and there was.
Who was hosting that? I remember it was one of our friends, wasn't it?
That chap from The Guardian who's not Parko.
Keitho.
Stuo.
And
that's right. That's good.
Keith.
he was with
Good friend of ours.
he's with some lady.
All right.
She
he often is. Isn't he?
exactly. Yeah.
Stuo.
She looked familiar, but I wish I'd have been interested to turn the sound up or maximise the screen, but I wasn't, frankly, because
you didn't want your heart broken.
I know. Martin Hollis was on there. Jonathan Smith was on there.
What, our friends?
With Cara, who wasn't handing her feature in live on the internet.
Interesting.
Well, good job we're going to be seeing her in a few days then, isn't it?
So, we're going to be playing the world's biggest game of Wink Murder.
And Cara's getting murdered.
Exactly. Wow. Actually, I had to write out the... so what we're going to have is 100 characters. So when you come into the venue, you're going to be given a video game person.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be your character.
Yeah.
And on the back, you will have a character that if you murder, you'll get double points for.
Brilliant.
Okay,
so should people just enter and start murdering?
No, because you have to do murders properly.
That would be wink chaos.
Exactly. Yeah. So it'll be during the designated murder moments. So I think we'll call them. And yeah, so I was like, okay, well, we need 50. If I do 50 heroes and 50 villains, then that will give me 100 for 100 people.
Yeah.
I did, but I didn't I forgot that on Excel the header your name and your victim takes up one. So I literally do have one space left, and I can put Cara in it if you want. So, for example, so if you're Mario, who are you going to be murdering?
Bowser.
No, so like
Donkey
just pass. It's Luigi now. So like, yeah. Really? Listen, I didn't have time. I didn't have time.
Fratricide.
I didn't have time.
Of Luigi.
I did not have time to actually think about whether it was narratively safe. Okay.
How much time would that have taught? No time. Got it.
Go quick, Luigi.
Okay, Mario's murdering Luigi.
I'm sure that's not canon.
Okay. Who else then? So we've got who's Championship Manager is murdering
Football Manager.
Yes.
How do you role play each of those things?
How will you die as Football
Well, this
Manager?
is it. See, people are going to have to do that,
work
aren't
it
they?
out, yeah.
The Tetris L shape.
It's the Tetris S shape.
The I shape, obviously.
There's no eye shape, and I have to...
straight down. The straight down
That
one.
one, Steve, that one.
The one shaped like an eye.
That's not canon.
Phil Harrison from Microsoft.
Phil Harrison from Sony.
Yes. That's who he's murdering. Who else
I feel like these made you laugh.
Oh, only a few of them
writing
did. The rest of them were just, I'll just fill up the things. Major Nelson.
One life left.
No, one life left in there. He's murdering credibility.
No, you didn't.
Watch Dogs.
PS4?
Something that isn't delayed. Be murdering. And who's one life left going to be murdering?
Guy Cocker.
Of course. So
What is Guy Cocker going to be there?
I don't know. Let's hope not. I hope he realises that we are joking.
Absolutely joking. And
I tell you what, if he does come, let's make it up by playing Kiss Chase with him. Yeah?
Massively multiplayer.
I'm pretty sure there's a word for that, and it's illegal.
Yes, it's going to be fun. So if you're around Friday night Nottingham, do come and join us.
Yeah.
You're not going to be, though, Justin, are you?
No,
You're going home Thursday.
I am.
Oh.
But we might be seeing you Wednesday, might we?
Hey,
Yes.
are you around during the day on Thursday?
No, I fly pretty early.
Never mind then. Never mind.
Sorry.
No big deal.
But yes, I will be out on Wednesday night.
For the Sensible Software book launch, which most of us are hoping to go to, although we've not told Darren.
Let's do that now.
We are doing the Cario Cards team. We're doing Cario Cards, the world's first event there at Nottingham, all day on Thursday and Friday. So if you want to sign up for that, you can bring a team of 4 people, and you can get free karaoke and come and play the game for the very first time.
Sign up by pledging at Kickstarter.
Yeah, sign up by giving me some money.
Exactly.
Sign up by going to cariocards.eventbrite.com, and it's free, so you should do that if you can.
Good news. Thank you so much for coming on, Justin.
Yeah,
it's been really nice to see you.
Yeah,
come back
absolutely.
again soon.
Yeah.
Good.
Next
And
time I'm in town.
if you're a podcast team, if they, we hope it does well, don't we? We hope
do.
it. But if you find any, just have a word.
Some people can't quite hit 200 episodes.
Yeah, 200 is a big number. We wouldn't expect them to, really. But
Would you be able to relocate to California?
I mean, for a
that
price.
is so kind. Well,
Take one for the team.
Yeah, no, that's very kind of you to ask us. Thank you very much.
interesting.
Yeah, we've just been offered a job. Do we take it? Find out next week.
Until then, we're One Life Left. And
See you on Friday.
Friday.
Bye.
Bye.